Hey everyone, and welcome back to Bowl with Value. I'm Valerie Bercier, and this week we're going to do a 3-ball comparison of what some people might think is the same ball. So stick around and see what we have for you.
This brings up by 12. Pass it. Really good look.
Okay, we are back here at Sherman Bowling Center. Lanes 7 and 8 this time. And they are crispy. And what I mean by that is that they're using their open play house pattern, really low volume, quite short. So I'm gonna be pretty far left with all 3 bowling balls. What I'm gonna start with is the, sorry, I had to go grab my, what I'm gonna start with is the Ethos Hybrid. And it is it's brand new to me. I've only thrown it once. And it's a brand new hybrid symmetrical. So today I have 3 hybrid symmetric bowling balls for you. The Ethos, the Ebonite GB4 hybrid, which you've seen a couple times on the channel, and the Troublemaker solid. I believe I've thrown that once. And that one's technically retired. You can still probably get it, but what I want to do with this is just show you that even though they're all hybrid cover stocks and symmetric cores, they do something different. They have different numbers also, and so I was looking them up before. I'm standing on 27, and I'm going to look at 20. Hit like 22, and it went high. Okay, these have like no oil. The lanes are very quite dry, so to speak. So I'm gonna, that was a 4-pin. I'm gonna throw one more shot with this one and then we can switch it. This is where, honestly, I think potentially more axis rotation, more tilt to get it through the front might be better. So let's see here. We'll go with, let me move 2 off that shot to 29 and 21, 22. Oh, all right, cool. Circled the whole lane. Struck, it was a little light strike. So this one is, I believe I didn't take notes this time for the lack of time that I have right now. This one has, I believe it's 2.5. They're all 2.5-ish for RGs. The highest RG for 14 pounds is the Troublemaker solid. So I'm actually gonna switch to this one. And this actually has a lower differential than the GB4 hybrid. And I'd have to double check about the Ethos, but let's see what this does at 29. And this one, I do have several games and a couple scratches on it. So it's not brand new, not out of the box, or yeah, it's not a fresh cover stock. Oh, wow. That read so much earlier. The reason this topic or this video came to mind was because I had a conversation. I was about to bowl a tournament with my husband, or not with my husband, but I was having a conversation with him prior to deciding which bowling balls to bring. And it was a medium pattern. So I brought several, and I was like, you know, is the original Hazmat, which is a hybrid cover stock symmetric, the same as a GB4 hybrid? And he goes, absolutely not. There's nothing comparable to the GB4 hybrid. I'm like, well, so what you're saying is I should bring both. And so I ended up bringing both. And then I wasn't able to match up on the fresh as well as I wanted to. So I'm gonna throw a shot. Okay, I moved to 32 on that shot. So I went from 29 to 32. So I moved another 3 boards with my feet. Got it through the oil that is on the lane. And it was a light strike, very similar to the Ethos. So that means that the Troublemaker on this hooks more. Definitely needs a little bit more oil than the Ethos. Okay, so anyway, all that to say, on the fresh, wasn't really lined up, but then when I got to the GB4 Hybrid, it was incredible. I mean, my ball reaction got so much better. And he goes, well, did you bring the Troublemaker with you? No, I didn't. I left it at home. And he goes, well, you need to pack that for the next day, because it was a 2-day tournament. And I did, and it was perfect. And it's because it was, what I needed was something that was slower response, but still change direction in the back. If I had had the Ethos Hybrid at the time, I hadn't even got it yet. I think Brianna, who you've seen on the channel, she did. She had gotten it earlier. And so she used it and it was great. So it probably would have been comparable, but clearly the Troublemaker even has, it hooks more than the Ethos Hybrid. So this one definitely has some games on it. And because I've had it for a while, it is an OG. So why don't I do that 32 over here with this GB4 Hybrid. Ooh, all right. Uh-huh. To my eye, the GB4 Hybrid has a shinier cover stock. It's still hybrid, but it's shinier. The Ethos, they're a little bit, they just appear to be a little duller than my GB4 Hybrid. It's quite shiny. It could just also be lean shine, but even when I first got it, it was pretty shiny. So that went cleaner. That was a little longer. So right now the Troublemaker is a little earlier, hooks more. Let me just move. So I flat 10. I'm just gonna move 1 back, see if that's enough. So that's 32. So now I'm at 31 and like 21, 22. Oh, I sent it. I mean, I'm literally trying so hard to get it to the right. Otherwise, it'll just go runaway Brooklyn. If I keep my target in front of me, there is not enough oil on this open play house pattern for hold. So I'm looking to get it right so that hopefully it does something like that. Like if I do miss by a little bit. And you know what? Because I am that far left, I am twirling it a little bit more. My track is pushed down a little bit. If you haven't seen my how I decreased my tilt video, go back and see. And there are, and then actually just released another, or I'm thinking about releasing another one about how to actually change your release to create different rotations and the importance of that. So as I get further left, and to get it through the fronts, that kind of friction, you can twirl it a little bit and then it scoots through. All right, let's just do that again. See what's there. Oh, see, I got that one in. Like fully elbowed it. And you know what? Maybe that was just to show you. If I get it in, I'm gonna go run away Brooklyn. Okay, well I mean, you know what? Why don't I try the Ethos there? Because maybe with one of these bowling balls, I'll have a little bit of room hold-wise, and then some of them, maybe I'll have a little more room to the right. And you really, the name of the game is to find where you have, to pick a ball where in the part of the lane where you're gonna have the most room. So here we go. Let's see, 31 here with the Ethos Hybrid. Yep, spun that one. Ooh, same thing. So I found that had just a teeny bit slower hook window, slower response, hook window. Okay, so I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. A longer hook window. So it's slower response. That's so confusing. But if it's in the hook window longer, that means it's slower response. So that's what I saw with the Ethos versus the GB4 hybrid where I just struck. So I'm going to throw one more with the Troublemaker and see if that's pretty close to, or if what we saw earlier with just kind of it being a little earlier. We'll see if that confirms in the same spot. Okay, yeah. Ooh, yeah. It started to get hooked just sooner, and then it hooked and then kind of like hooked again. If I were bowling for score right now, I feel like I would have to be a lot more perfect with the Troublemaker because that was a decent shot. I don't think it just doesn't have enough oil on the fronts to use that, whereas the Ethos hybrid and the GB4 definitely better options on this. Like, oh my gosh. Go watch some of my other videos where I'm not bowling on this and I'm way further right. Like, I'm usually, you know, at least 10 boards further right. But I decided, you know, I'm here. I'm going to do that comparison, and it's kind of exciting. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe and leave us a comment. Let us know if there is anything you'd like to see us either compare or review in terms of bowling balls, or in the skills and drills section, if there is anything you'd like to see me go over. Let me know. Let me know in the comments because we do this every week, okay? So I'll see you next week. Woohoo!